Hi there, knife people. Hello, lady and gentlemen. Somebody commented on a video that I did about the $10 Walmart knife that I would like to see you do it to a $500 blah, blah, blah. Tempt me, buddy. So today is going to be an action-packed video. I promise you that. If for some obscure reason you do get bored in the technical part, skip to the end because the action is all the way through. As you well know, I don't normally do unboxings on my channel because I think they're pretty stupid. I only talk about boxes when I find something to be either ridiculously bad or ridiculously good with the packaging. This one is kind of cool because they minimize their earth impact here by making it out of simple recyclable and biodegradable cardboard, but it's still cool at the same time. Check this out. So when you open it, it's kind of cool. This is also cardboard. They didn't waste any plastic trees on this. All the information you need here. They give you a lubricant, which I expect they tested with a knife, so you don't have to guess how to lube the knife. And that's an implication that they want you to open the knife. So, and that's exactly what I'm about to do. So you've seen this knife. There's probably 50 reviews of Heretic Manticore X Bounty Hunter. I'm not going to tell you how any of this works because you already know. What I'm going to do, I'm going to use my T8 bit because all the screws here are T8s, like regular Torx screws. And I'm going to open her up. Everything is T8. Pocket clip. Styling is similar to all Marfion stylings. No, it's steel. Okay, all right. I only paid like $600 for this knife, and we're good. Am I serious? Effing no! I'm being sarcastic. Are you kidding? $600 they couldn't throw in titanium clip. No wonder they're still available everywhere. All right, let's extend the blade and then de-energize it. Now we can. Okay, the switch flew out. There's a spring in there. Single spring, guys. No wonder the button is kind of tough. Okay, looking inside here, standard Marfion style, Microtech style, little gates here. The keepers, the stop bars, and let's see. Yeah, typical. Nothing new, strange, bizarre, innovative here. Just a typical Microtech style knife, and we got us a MagnaCut blade. Feels like it's a post heat treat grind because all the edges are sharp. Okay, great. What's inside? What's this? Is that dirt? Lube. Okay, lube and dust. So I don't know how it got so. I mean, I haven't used it. And this is typical steel. Come back here. Steel. Everything is steel here. No titanium. No titanium. So you basically paying the premium price here for the supposedly best steel there was, and this ornamentation here. Proper milling. Nothing weird to report. All right, let's get into the blade. This is most important when we talk MagnaCut. Now, you watched my video about Microtech heat treating that M390 MK steel to be softer than the dog poop, in the 58 to 59 and a half range. All right, so we're gonna double check the calibration on this block. Okay, we're gonna check the calibration. The block, this is called Lieb Tester, and this block is calibrated to 787 points on Lieb scale, and this is how I check my calibration. I'll flip it on the rough side here, and just let's see what it does. 787, perfect calibration, no need to concern ourselves. Next, let's see if this part of the knife, if the tang is flat, if it was indeed ground after heat treat, then because that's a sort of indicator to me. If you do it before heat treat, these large, flat, and complicated areas will get warped. They settle a little. You will have air cavities under it, and then it won't test very well or consistent. So this looks pretty flat to me, and the sharp edges may be indication that it was actually post heat treat. Or let's set it. Let's set it for HRC here. Ready? Let's go. Okay. This is first one where I get same hardness 3 times in a row. Okay. And that's our average here. 60.8. Okay, I had it this way. I'm gonna flip it on the other side and do it on this side. Still feels like when it's that flat, it's good and flat, I should say. The suction of that gel, which is incompressible fluid, which ensures a good connection between the anvil and the blade. It feels, I can tell, I tested probably close to 60 or 70 blades like this now. A very consistent. Oh, man, I was rooting for it. Ugh, okay. 60.2. So we'll call it 60 to 61, folks. Anybody wants to argue with that, write a letter to United Nations, see what they say, which translates as I don't care. I trust this method and I will not get myself involved in disputing it. That said, this video is for entertainment purposes only anyway. All right, so now I'm satisfied that this blade is heat treated for increase in corrosion resistance, although I don't know how the rest of that steel pans out in that regard, and a slight increase in toughness. So again, Marfiones did what Marfiones do. They treated MagnaCut like they treat M390 and made it soft to maybe avoid warranty expenses. I don't know. I wish they just ordered blades from Hogue. Give me 62 to 64. All right, so I'm going to put some of it back together. I'm deliberately not taking these little boys out because on all Microtech and probably Heretic knives, I like the name. I think he went for Harry Tech because he was hairier than his dad, and then it's like, well, no, Harry doesn't work. Let's do it as a. I'm totally making it up, just filling the pause here as I'm putting the blade back in. Drop that pin. Sorry about the band-aids. The life of a knife tuber is filled with band-aids. Hey, look, there's aluminum. There's a piece of that anodizing, probably from the inside, which is cool because it's a Mandalorian, right? It's supposed to look rough, right? Right? Come on, throw me a bone here. Am I right or am I right? Multiple choice. The reassembly didn't go so well. Took 20 minutes to figure this out. Honest reviews of badass cutting gear. That's right, I'm a machinist who became an engineer. The knives are sharp, but my words are blunt. Don't feed me BS and don't sell me junk. Cutting book prescription, CBRX. Looking out for you and what is next. Independent reviews on what is next. Cutting board prescription, CBRX. They changed the design just to say it's different from Microtech, so it is different. To some it's just a knife. To me it's a machine. A sum of its parts and not a sale pitch scheme. I'm not selling the knives to pay for my beer. Watch out online shills, I'm an engineer. Cutting board prescription, CBRX. Looking out for you and what is next. Independent
independent reviews of what is next. Coding board prescription CBRX.
And of course, I played this silly jingle to remind you that this video was not sponsored by knife makers or knife retailers. I paid for the knife out of the pocket, and I would sincerely, deeply appreciate you hitting the like button or sharing this video with your social networking groups. I appreciate it. Okay, seems like I got it in. Now it's charged. Let's see. Yeah, that did it. All right, so the rear gate self-aligns. I'm scared to let it go, so I'm holding on for dear life here. All right, so you need to have the blade in almost all the way forward, almost locked position there, but not quite. The gate is still disengaged, the stop gate, stop bar. And then the engine will line itself up with the rear gate. This is my conclusion. One thing I do admire about this knife is how wide the blade is. Now let's see. Functions, we're good. Okay, so now I am going to remove these two. And this is nice. They put a little spacer. Where to go? Put a little spacer here. Now, I wish the screws for the pocket clip were also red. Is that a piece of plastic? What is it? Let's see. There you go. Cipher 2. It'll make a later appearance. Now I'm going to drop this guy in. You know, I actually would like to carry an OTF as a left pocket knife because my right side may be occupied by other self-defense devices. I also think that the pocket clip, being very Mandalorian looking, was kind of being lost on this, um, amongst all these camouflage patterns on the other side right here. So the red was kind of being lost. I think that looks beautiful by itself. Without the clip, I'm going to drop this guy in. And now you have the screws matching with the rest of them. Right? Please agree with me on this. Or if you disagree, write a long comment, at least 100 words. Okay? Holy crap, it stopped working. Oh, how is that possible? Did I over tighten it? That might be it. Yeah, I guess you can over torque these little screws here. Let me see if I can repeat. No. Still working. Oh, another thing I love, they didn't quite cancel. I hate cancel culture on the uh, glass breaker. I think this actually now kind of came together because I think there was just too much green on this side, aesthetically speaking. Again, I don't usually get into nice aesthetics, but here it is a showpiece, right? It's a collectible showpiece um, for Star Wars fans, and specifically for bounty hunter fans. And this goes back in, and I think I'm gonna use the knife now. Next thing, if I'm gonna use it, I need to know what the blade looks like as far as edge goes. Hope you can see it pretty well. Yeah, very obtuse sharpening angle. That I don't understand. If you making Magna Cut, you're literally heat treating it to the lowest, acceptable range, right? Under 61. I think some people would even consider it a junk heat treat, right? A lot of people would. Then why are you making such an obtuse secondary bevel angle? I'm trying to get to the tip here. That's the Tanto short blade portion on the Tanto. All right, the tip is not too crazy pointy, but pointy enough. Let's see how symmetric it is. Okay, there's a little bit wider. Let me see again. Very perceptibly asymmetric. Nothing a sharpener couldn't fix. Like I said, it's only $600. What do you expect? That's sarcasm, Anthony. At the price, one would expect a Marfion Signature Series level of finish. It's right? Strobed. We'll give them that. Let's see if it cuts. Sorry, all the rustling here. Nope. Definitely deserve an You know, it's nope. Okay. So interesting mechanism, reduced clearances, made it a little harder to maintain. Mediocre heat treat on MagnaCat, mediocre blade sharpness, beautiful design, very attractive packaging. You know, a lot of pizzazz and panache. Let's compare it to what do we got here? Combat Trudon with a clip point. And here it is again next to Cypher 2. Let's see. I think it competes more with Cypher 2 because Cypher 2 is a little bit more compact and has roughly the same blade length to handle length ratio. Let's see the weights, right? Because this feels lighter than any of the others. So let's get the base weight here. Weight in grams, yes. We're gonna go to ounces, 4.5 ounces, right? We got move. Ooh, I was wrong. This is 4 ounces. Okay, a little under 4 actually. This big boy is probably heavy, 5.5. So not by much. So it feels heavy in hand and beefy, and actually feels a little more heavy duty than this knife. So, but there's a little more sort of EDC vibe that you get from this. This is a showpiece practically. And here's another. My only other Star Wars Marfion creation is this Sand Trooper. What is it? UT85, right? UT80, whatever. I mean, I'm not a Microtech expert, but if you put them side by side, I think you can see the difference. It's a lot more aggressive looking knife, although that's just a basic blade shape. And if you have other heretics, here's the Hydra. Let's move that out of the way. Here's our little Hydra. Single action OTF. Oh, look at that. I didn't even realize they're basically the same dimensions. If I had to guess, Anthony's hand fits perfectly on either one of them. And same can be said about this Wraith out the side. You can see the theme, badassery here. All right, so what did we do? We did the overview, we did the disassembly, and struggled with the reassembly. Then we looked at the MagnaCat and determined that it is heat treated to the absolute possible minimum that Crucible recommends in their tables. We lost a piece of aluminum anodizing somewhere on the inside because we don't really care about that. It's a Mandalorian scuffed up bounty hunter style guys here. And we compared it to the other knives. Am I forgetting anything that I usually do with my reviews?
Can this blade, can it take a handful of luck? Hold, or will it slip? Can the handle take the pain, can it grip? If it can't handle the punishment, it won't help you thrive. But if it's tough, if it's strong enough, you can bet your life. Bet your life on this knife, on this knife. But if it can't handle the punishment, it won't help